Your Tylee and your YouTube psychic. Card of the day. Readings. Unboxings. Your daily source for things arcane.
Well, it is Monday, and I do have to offer a trigger warning. Today's video, we will be discussing the murder of children, dismemberment, burning, bondage, and decomposition. So, if this is not something you are interested in discussing, I suggest you turn this video off now. But if you are, please sit back and let's hear the facts. Just like most of the United States, I was gripped by this story when these two babies were reported missing by JJ's grandparents. So we're going to go over, discuss, and set up Friday's video, which is going to be tarot readings on what happened. So first off, let's talk about the babies. Here we have Tylee Ashlyn Ryan and Joshua Jackson, or JJ Vallow. They were two American children from Rexburg, Idaho, who went missing in September of 2019 and were found deceased in June of 2020. Tylee Ryan was last seen alive at Yellowstone National Park on September 8th, 2019, and JJ was last seen alive on September 23rd, 2019 at Rexburg's Kennedy Elementary School. JJ was initially reported missing by relatives concerned not only about the children whom they had not heard from in weeks, but also several other suspicious incidents. In November 2019, police questioned their mother, Lori Vallow Daybell, about the children's whereabouts and welfare. Lori Vallow Daybell and her new husband, Chad Daybell, claimed that JJ was staying with a family friend, Melanie Gibb, in Arizona, where they had lived before moving to Idaho in early September. When police reached Gibb by phone, she told police that Joshua was not with her and she had not seen him for several months. More than a week later, Gibb called the police and said that both Lori and her husband, Chad Daybell, had asked her to lie to the police about JJ's whereabouts, but she refused. Police efforts to locate JJ led to the discovery that his older sister, Tylee Ryan, was also missing. Complicating circumstances around the children's disappearance was a string of suspicious deaths. Vallow Daybell's estranged husband, Charles Vallow, was shot and killed in July of 2019 by her brother Alex Cox, who claimed self-defense. Now, Cox died of a blood clot on December 12th of 2019. And in early October of 2019, Brandon Bordeaux, the estranged husband of Vallow Daybell's niece, Melanie, was shot at in the driveway of his home in Arizona from a vehicle that was still registered to the deceased Charles Vallow. It is believed, as yet not actually confirmed, that Alex Cox had taken the car previously owned by Charles Vallow and tried to kill their niece Melanie's husband. However, it is confirmed that Alex Cox, or Lori Vallow Daybell's brother, did in fact shoot and kill her estranged husband. Mere weeks before his death, Charles Vallow went to his divorce attorney and, of course, filed for divorce from Lori Vallow because, and I quote, he feared for his life. He knew that something very bad was going to happen to him. When asked, he said that his wife Lori was going to kill him and collect on the $1 million life insurance policy that he held. Now, Lori Vallow and her brother Alex Cox were part of Chad Daybell's, for the lack of a better term, doomsday cult. Chad Daybell was a writer of doomsday novels, and he had predicted that the end of the world was coming in July of 2020, and that the people who were quote-unquote zombies were going to be doomed to die. Now, a zombie, according to them, is not an actual dead person that rises from the grave. It was a person who was mentally brainwashed into believing anything other than Daybell's claims. Now, shortly, a few weeks before their trip to Yellowstone National Park, where Tylee was last seen, Lori Vallow had called or contacted one of her friends and had began speaking strangely about her children. She told one of her friends that her children had become zombies. Now, it is believed and or speculated that on this trip to Yellowstone with Lori, two of her children, and Uncle Alex, this is where Tylee met her end. Who killed her, and how did she end up where she ended up? Now, another suspicious death that was linked to this whole thing is the death of Tammy Daybell, who in October of 2019, Chad Daybell's wife was attacked in her driveway by what she believed was someone shooting a defective paintball gun at her. A few weeks later, on October 19th, she died in her sleep from what was initially recorded as natural causes. No post-mortem autopsy was initially performed. After Chad and Lori's marriage, 2 weeks following Tammy's death, law enforcement became suspicious and exhumed Tammy's corpse for an autopsy. To this day, the results of her autopsy have not been released. On February 20th, 2020, Lori Daybell was arrested in Kauai and charged with the desertion and non-support of her dependent children. She was extradited to Idaho and traveled there on March 5th. On June 9th, 2020, the police executed a search warrant at Chad Daybell's home and discovered the remains of JJ and Tylee. Chad Daybell was arrested later that day on charges of destruction or concealment of evidence. Now, on September 23rd of 2019, a doorbell video of JJ playing with a friend is the last video of him taken. Rexburg's Kennedy Elementary School is the last confirmed place he has been seen. On September 24th, 2019, Lori Vallow contacted JJ's school to tell them that she was withdrawing him, claiming she would be homeschooling him. Tylee Ryan was last seen September 8th, 2019, at Yellowstone National Park with her brother JJ, her mother Lori Vallow, and her uncle Alex Cox, Lori's brother. Chad Daybell had become untalkative, last speaking with filmmaker Devin K. Hansen via text message. Vallow and Daybell were married in Hawaii on November 5th, 2019, just 2 weeks after the death of Tamara Daybell. They informed others that Tylee had died in 2017 and that Lori had no minor children. At the request of JJ's grandmother, Kay Woodcock, the police visited Lori Daybell's Rexburg, Idaho townhome on November 26 to conduct a welfare check on JJ, but Vallow told police that JJ was in Arizona with family. That night, a neighbor saw Lori Vallow Daybell and her brother packing a truck outside her home. When the police and Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, arrived the next day to search the home, it was abandoned. Chad Daybell's home was also searched by investigators. In June of 2020, during the search of Chad Daybell's home, they found human remains, bits and pieces of Tylee's skull. She had been dismembered and burned. Do bear with me. I do find this difficult to discuss. I don't see how anyone could do this to a child, let alone their own or their niece or nephew. But Tylee was dismembered, burned, and buried near the burn pile. JJ was bound, wrapped in black plastic, and buried in a shallow grave in the back of Daybell's property. When they were doing their search, they noticed something and dug up his corpse. When they hit black plastic, they could smell the decomposition of his little body. In a statement released by the Daybell's attorney, Chad Daybell was a loving husband and he has the support of his children in this matter. Lori Daybell is a devoted mother and she resents the assertions to the contrary. We look forward to addressing the allegations once they have moved beyond speculation and rumor. A storage locker rented by Lori Vallow in October 2019, which contained the items belonging to or related to her children, such as clothing, bikes, and photographs, was abandoned by her when she suddenly left Rexburg, Idaho, at the end of November 2019. Video footage shows her and her brother Alex Cox moving items in and out of the locker. Many items purportedly belonged to Tylee and JJ. Now this video is setting up the tarot readings, which I will be performing on Friday. If you guys have any questions regarding the Vallow Ryan children, Lori and Chad Daybell, Alex Cox, please drop them in the comment section below, and I will get to them when we do our reading on Friday. Thanks for watching today's video, and try to have a nice day.
Thanks for watching today's video. Don't forget to subscribe to my content and like this video. Want more? Feel free to order your own personal reading at www.tirthalion.com. That's TIRTHALION.com. Don't forget to click the bell icon so that you're notified every time I upload a